What's good, YouTube and Twitch? We're live streaming right now, and the new Metalfoes cards have dropped. I am so excited. I have not gotten to read these, and we have a brand new link to. That's pretty much all I know. We saw these in Japanese loaded. I have not seen translations, and I really want to get into them. One thing to note is no more vanillas so far. Everything seems to have effects. Let's see if they're good. Metalfoes Melcaster. So they add a para to it, but they're still Metalfoes cards, I would assume. We have a Fire Psychic Pendulum Effect monster, and it is a Pendulum Summon level 1. Or scale 1, I suppose. Level 7, 2000/2500. So scale 1 is pretty darn good with pendulums in general. Once per turn, you can target one other face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, set a Metalfoes spell or trap directly from your deck. I like that it's still a Metalfoes and not a para-Metalfoes spell or trap, so it's a familiar feel to their old pendulum effects, and I would assume we get some new spells and traps and that kind of thing. You can only use this card's name's monster effect once per turn. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, so even by your own card effect, that's pretty good, you can add a face-up Metalfoes Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, except for Melcaster, Para-Metalfoes Melcaster. But you cannot activate a card with that card's name in your Pendulum zone for the rest of the turn. So pretty much, what this is designed to do, not the Pendulum 500 Disruptions expert, but I did still play during the Metalfoes day. This is under Master Rule 5/4. You get cards back to your hand that you can Pendulum summon out into any zone because from the extra deck, they're locked. So it's helping you get that old school pinned out feel, and it also stops you. It makes you have to be more careful with your resources for scales and popping. Also, it's if this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effects, so I would assume that, how would this wording work? I would think as a scale, if it's destroyed, you would still get it, but that's a monster effect. That's an interesting interaction. I would, what's up?
It would work. It would work similar to Bismugear. It would also work similar to...
Yeah, I would think it would work, yeah.
It's like
Thank you
Fire.
for clarifying. See, open chat's helping everybody.
Or like Ariadne and stuff.
So, yeah. So this card would definitely be a good resource tool for getting out your Pendulum Summon, creating your board, fusing, etc. Alright, now we have the girl on the rocket. We got Metalfoes Vanisher, so not a Para-Metalfoes question mark. I don't know what's going on with these names or what's happening with this archetype. But, we got, Metalfoes Vanisher, a Fire Psychic Pendulum effect as Mage Power gets banned from open chat. Free Electrumite.
Free Electrumite.
Goodbye, Mage Power. A Fire Psychic Pendulum effect. Pendulum summon, or Pendulum scale 1, level 9, so another low scale. Attack 2900? Okay, it is a level 2, 4, is it a 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's not a 9, and it's only 2,000. There's some stuff definitely meshed and mashed up here. That's weird. So it's a level 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, and it is a 2000 slash, and the next card doesn't have those attack stats either, so it's just a little mixed up here,
I see the issue. I see the issue.
What's up?
This 2900 one is actually the top card. So switch these two effects, basically.
Okay, well, things happen live. We are a reaction channel for this one. So this is actually the witch girl.
The big lad.
Yeah, and the first effect. So we're now reading the guy above. The pictures are just switched on org here early. That happens. So Metalfoes Vanisher is going to be the card above. A Fire Psychic Pendulum effect monster, scale 1, level 9, 2900, 1900. You only use this card's effect once per turn. If a monster or monsters you control is destroyed by card effect, you can add a Metalfoes card from your graveyard to your hand except the Vanisher. That's its Pendulum effect? That's interesting. You get recursion, which this deck ultimately does need in the later grind game, but not immediately necessarily. And also, it's any Metalfoes card, not a spell or trap, so you can use... what's that card? The Painful Decision, to go ahead and mill cards early into the graveyard from deck and get other copies, and then be able to have this effect online. You can only use this card's names first and second monster effects once per turn each. You can target 2 face-up cards you control, including a Metalfoes card, destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. So those new pop effects we were just talking about that get an effect to activate, you can trigger them with this and just get it out on the field to help you link up and do fusion plays. If this card is special summoned by a Metalfoes card, you can target one monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard, banish it. And it doesn't say, it says just by a Metalfoes card effect, period, so including its own. You can target an opponent they control or in the graveyard and banish it. It is targeting, but it's banishing. That's pretty good. This card is nice. Both of these are welcome additions to the Metalfoes for sure in their resource management game and taking care of the field and doing everything. That's pretty good. I like where that's going.
Yeah, I'm liking this. Oh, also, if you refresh it, they fixed the pictures, by the way.
Oh, they fixed the pictures already? All right.
Yeah.
So if you watched early, all that's been switched around are pictures, not effects, I assume. So yeah, we see the 2025, we see the Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization works that fast for the community. Alright, we have a Pendulum Fusion coming up here. This is Metalfoes Azothless. Are they both? No, this one is a Metalfoes, not a Metalfoes. Interesting. I wonder what the difference technically is. This is a Psychic Fusion Pendulum Effect Monster. Pendulum Scale 8, so a high scale, and I'm guessing since it's a fusion, it'll place itself in the scale or something. Mage power is now freed. This is, let's see here. You can only use this card's name Pendulum Effect once per turn. If a face-up Metalfoe card you control is destroyed by a card effect, you can target one face-up card on the field and destroy it. Wait, this is any metal? If a face-up Metalfoe card, this is trap, like anything?
So like pop your combination and you also get the pop card.
Yeah!
I like that.
That's decent as a pendulum. Let's see how it gets in the scale. I'm guessing just when it's destroyed or something. Yeah. Let's see here. So it's any Metalfoes monster plus a fusion monster specifically, though, so you'll have to go up through your routes. You can use this card's name's first monster effect once per turn. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can target one card your opponent controls, shuffle 2 face-up Pendulum monsters from your extra deck into the main deck, and if you do destroy the target, ooh, I don't know that I like losing those resources with what the new cards do, but I guess after you've already used everything and linked off, it's a double clearance if you're going through Mithrilium for the fusion. Let me retake this in. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, target one card they control, shuffle 2 face-up Pendulum monsters from the extra deck, and destroy. Yeah, I guess it's like double clearance on top of it. Feels very Mithrilium-ish, doesn't it? A little bit. But I don't know. I guess I'm not feeling that much, but it's still an option. If this card... Go ahead.
I personally am feeling like that's probably going to be like one of those late game sort of one-ups for putting back stuff. Like if you're running out of resources in the deck, you might make this to put
True, because you're choked on what you can actually summon from the extra deck in the first place, and a lot of these support destroying things. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. If this... Let me finish the card, please. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place this card in the Pendulum scale. So you can't just link it off. You have to actually destroy it or have it be destroyed. Or you can't even fuse it. It has to be destroyed. That's a little unfortunate. I would have liked to see it go to the scale a couple different ways, like if it would leave the field or something. But understandably so. Okay, continue.
I don't like how both of its effects target.
Wait, it's... so if this card is special summon, so yeah, on Pendulum summon, it would work. That's interesting.
Yeah, when you pend it, it works, which is really nice.
Yeah, but still, the resource is very high to face up Pendulum monsters in the extra. It's a very high cost to continue to activate it, I feel like. But it reaches in places the others don't. Okay, I've been waiting for this. Let me get into this, boys, and then we can react after. Heavy Metalfoes Amalgam. I'm probably murdering it. I don't care. Fire Psychic Link Effect, Link to 2000. Do we have it? 2.0 Electrumite. Any 2 Metalfoes monsters. You can use this card's name's effect once per turn. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard by a card effect, you can activate one of these effects. That's not sounding Electrumitis. Target one Metalfoes monster you control. Equip this card as an equip spell that gives it 1,000. What? Okay, second effect better, please. Target one Metalfoes card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon this card. Whoops, my brother. But it's hard once per turn on the effect, yeah? You can only use that. Yep. So, if you can target a Metalfoe card, destroy it, and special summon this card. That's...
So you summon it in the EMZ, pop it with a scale, and then summon it back, and it gives you extra arrows.
Interesting. It is sideways, isn't it? That is a very unique... Maybe we will actually get Electrumite back, or we're going to get more Link monsters. I don't know where this is actually going to head. Actually, this is not what I thought it would be, but it's not disappointing necessarily. It's interesting.
I personally don't like this card. I feel like this card is probably the worst.
It's kind of disappointing
so far.
It's interesting. Okay, if we were hyping up, Electrumite 2.0, of course, but like generically any two Metalfoes, and with the multiple cards wanting cards in your extra monster zone face up, I understand the need for like, but yeah, I also get that there's probably better cards. And the final card, Metalfoes Fusion, a new fusion spell. Interesting. Normal spell card, you can only activate one of this card's name per turn. Fusion summon a Metalfoes fusion monster from your extra deck using up to one monster each from your hand, field, or among face-up Pendulum monsters. So another card that wants face-up Pendulum monsters in the extra deck as a fusion material. So you can grab resources, hand, field, or extra deck. I mean, a lot of modern things like to touch into the graveyard, but like for Metalfoes and Pendulums in general, your secondary graveyard is face up on your extra deck. So I don't mind this as a secondary option. I think Metalfoes, the original fusion, having the recycle to get a card back is probably better, but this is still a welcome option to be able to fuse multiple times, get extra effects. Like, this is welcome. I think you would play this. What do you think? I
personally think that this card is actually almost equal, because you can then now put monsters into your extra deck for Link and other stuff, and then activate this card and actually get fodder for Mithrilium into the graveyard. That was one of the things that they struggled with, is actually getting the monsters themselves into the graveyard for cards like Mithrilium, and now this card lets you say, here, you could just have it for free.
Yeah, just dump your cards from Mithrilium.
I will definitely say, feeling like you're using one card to fuse with, besides this card, obviously, like an on-field material or whatever, like being able to use a card that's pretty cool. It is pretty cool to grab into your extra deck and fusion summon with it. Overall, I would rate the support actually very satisfying. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not like, oh my god, next tier 0, 5,000 negates, a million this, but this is pretty cool support. I like where it's headed. And if they somehow free Electrumite with this, wow, Penda, I don't know that this would be the Pin deck, but I like where it's headed so far, and I hope there's more support for it than just 5 cards. We'll have to wait and see. Well, do we know the cutouts, or are there any cards missing from the cutout so far, or is this it, like, on the cutout?
This was it.
Hopefully there's a little something extra. Like a trap card would be nice, a new trap card, considering the history of this deck. But we'll have to wait and see. Thank you guys for watching this video. Any final words, Victory, Flare, Mage Power?
I kind of like a lot of these cards. Amalgam becomes really, really nice if we do actually get Electrumite back.
He auto-opens up 2 zones in the main monster zone with his own effect. That is kind of cool.
Yeah,
because it also frees the extra monster zone for a pin 3. That is kind of tricky, right? Target a Metalfoe so it can target itself. Special summon this card, like destroy it. Special summon, like that's kind of cool.
Heck, you can turn this into a Metaltron and get it back, which is also really nice.
I was also kind of wondering that fusion, is that a mandatory effect? Because I don't remember if I heard you can.
For what, to put it in scale?
Using up to, it's an up to, not a you can. Using up to 1 monster each, right? So you can't use 2 from the hand, you can't use 2 from the field.
The fusion monster.
To put it in scale, it's optional.
No, the effect to shuffle or whatever it was.
Yeah, it's optional as well.
Okay.
Yeah, you can target. There's a can. Yeah, it's a very optional stuff going on here. So, like, when this in the monster zone is destroyed, you can make it a scale, or you could just let it go to the extra deck. That's kind of cool to note, too.
But yeah, I really like these.
Alright guys, thanks for watching so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And if you want to join the wackiness of the live streams as you've seen a bit here, please stop by. We'll actually be live streaming till 1 o'clock over on Zodiac_Duelist. We changed the name on Twitch. So come stop by and hang out if you want to. We'll be streaming till 1 o'clock in the morning Central.